Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday we saw US market decline sharply. Main reason being Tesla was down by around 12%, and a lot of other stocks also came off on account of poor performance in the results. And also some stock also came off in expectation of declining results. And the problem of continuous high increasing COVID cases in China and also Fed tightening continue to impact the US market. Futures of the US market are marginally positive. Asian market has seen most of the other market apart from Hong Kong and China are down by around 1.5%. Hong Kong and China are more of a flattish on account of China officials had said that they will step up the infra spending. And this is even leading to higher commodity prices also in today's trade. Aluminum is up by around 0.5%, copper flat, iron ore up by around 2.5%, and steel up by around 1%. Oil has also increased from 104 to $106. This is also on account of Russia cutting supply to Poland and Bulgaria, uh, and increasing fear of Russia stopping supply to Europe has pushed up the oil prices. So overall, we had seen yesterday Indian market bounce back sharply. So we may have higher decline in India as compared to the other Asian market. So overall, see, sentiment is likely to remain more of a negative today. Now I'll ask technical team to take up from here.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. Today we expect a gap down open. Last 5 to 7 trading session, we see the Nifty trading within the range. Upper range is 17,450 and lower range is 16,900 and 16,840 at downside. So we see the sideways momentum after gap down. Next, immediate support for Nifty is 17,000. Below 17,000, next support place around 16,930 and 16,870 at downside. Upside, immediate resistance place around 17,270, 17,200, that is 200 DMA. Bank Nifty also trading within the range. There is range comes around 37,000 in upside, 36,000 in downside. In intraday base, immediate support place around 36, 300, 200 in downside. Below that, 37 and 30, 35. 740 is the next important support for Bank Nifty. So we expect gap down open in both index, but remain a sideways and after gap down because Nifty and Bank Nifty both are open near the immediate support zone. So we expect sideways momentum in after gap down. Nifty Finance also trading within the range. Range is upside is 16,700 and downside is 16,400. Immediate intraday basis support around 16,500. Below that level, then 16,430, 400 at downside. And support resistance place around 16,650 in upside. Stock specific power grade looks positive at current level. We expect positive momentum towards 240, 242. Support place around 220 at downside. NOSIL also looks positive at current level. Upside target we expect around 248, 250 in upside. Negative side, ONGC looks weak at current level. Tatacom also looks at weak at current level. Axis Bank also looks weak at current level. We expect below 760 track towards 750, 740 at downside, and upside immediate resistance place around 780, 790. That's it for technical. Derivative I can carry.
Thank you, Vikas. See, on the derivative front, looking at the overall open interest, 17,000 has the highest put base amongst puts. So definitely, there can be some amount of buying coming in around the 17,000 levels. However, we are opening about 100, 150 points down, and that can be a deterrent. So we might just, witness some sort of selling at the start, and Nifty can come down towards the 17,000 level, 16,950 odd levels. That is where the buying should come in, like last time. Um, the VIX yesterday decreased considerably below the 20 levels. It decreased by 10%, while open interest is at very comfortable levels with we being around the expiry time, tomorrow being the expiry. Open interest really hasn't increased much. So the follow-up selling should not come in Nifty, and whatever downfall comes, it should be bought into. So overall, the view continues to remain buy on dips at this point of time. Um, Also, looking at the stocks, Navin Florin did very well. UBL also did very well. So these stocks witnessed some good amount of open interest built up, and I believe these stocks can continue to witness buying. Also, one thing to note here is the HDFC group, HDFC Life, HDFC Bank, and HDFC AMC. Some good amount of open interest built up has been seen on the long side in these stocks, and they can probably witness good support buying going forward. So there is a definite case of buying in these stocks. So look out for the same. So this group can probably perform much better than the others in the next one or two trading sessions. That's it from my side. I'd like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Good morning. Bajaj Finance result was in line with expectation. The gross NPA has declined to 1.6%. In December quarter, it was 1.73%. So the decline is in line with what we have seen for top banks like HDFC and ICICI Bank. The restructured book declined to almost half from 0.8% to 0.4%, which is encouraging. Future returns, though, from the stock will depend on how company is able to scale up its app and web-based platforms, where in quarter 4 they started offering multiple products in insurance and investment verticals. Although fee income will rise in FY23, we feel that will add to the top line, but on the other hand, costs will remain elevated because company will keep on investing in technology. So at EBITDA or profit level, the growth will be similar to top line, and there won't be any meaningful operating leverage as such. One will have to wait and watch whether the growth from these new initiatives, what kind of growth comes. Are they able to grow at more than 30%? Can they push it towards 35%? That can result in a stock performing well. Otherwise, in the near term, we feel it is on the higher side. So from a long-term perspective, we remain positive. AU Small Finance Bank result was in line with expectation. The slippage declined to below pre-COVID levels of 1.7%. Quarter on quarter, it was 2.5%. Because of this, the gross NPA also declined to 2% against 2.6%. And net NPA has declined to just 0.5% from 1.3%. Outstanding restructured book also came down from 3.1 to 2.5%. Bank expects to increase the deposits by 35% and assets by 25 to 30% in next couple of years, which we feel is possible looking at their past track record. Bank has also announced a bonus issue of 1:1 to celebrate its 5-year anniversary since it became a bank in 2017. So overall, we remain positive on AU Small Finance Bank. HDFC life insurance result was above expectation. APE growth came in line with expectation of just 6%. However, the VNB margin came much higher at 29.4% against expectation of 27%. Even on year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis, the margin was at 27% level. This increases because of higher share from non-par products. Thus, VNB grew by around 15%, which is faster than the APE growth. Stock has not participated in the last 1 year, and valuations have now corrected to more reasonable levels of 4 times trailing price to EV. One can expect compounding of around 17-18% from current levels. Uh, Three mutual funds came out with results yesterday, and out of them, we felt that only Nippon Life AMC result was okay, while the other two declined. So in case of Nippon, the AUM grew slightly from around 1% quarter on quarter, and market share inched up slightly by around 4 or 5 basis points to 7.38%. The share of equity assets was stable at 42%. It has been the case since many quarters. So overall, we are neutral on Nippon Life AMC. UTI asset management result has declined. EBITDA declined due to higher OPEX. AUM was also flattish quarter on quarter. In fact, slight decline. Market share broadly remained constant at 5.83%. One can ignore the stock. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC result was also on the lines of UTI. Result has declined. AUM also declined by around 1% quarter on quarter, and market share came off by around 8 basis points to 8.61%. If we look at the equity side market share, then that has fallen sharply by 16 basis points to 6.5%. So one can ignore Aditya Birla also. And mind you, again, I'll just repeat what I've been saying since few quarters, that AMC industry as such will also undergo what the broking industry went, where newer discount brokers entered. So similar kind of thing will happen in AMC industry as well. We have already seen companies like NJ, which were earlier distributors, and they have now started coming up with their own products, quant-based unique mutual funds, which is not being done currently by any other mutual fund on a large scale. So that plus we will witness other new companies like NABI, which are also launching many ETFs, around 9 new ETF funds. And companies like Zerodha also have asked SEBI for granting them license. So this industry will also face a disruption, and these kind of incumbent players will lose their footing. Only company which from among the incumbents which has some sort of uniqueness is Nippon Life AMC, because they are focusing more on B30, which is beyond 30 cities, and also focuses more on ETFs, which is a much faster growing segment within the mutual funds. Lastly, IIFL Securities result, the broking company result has declined. Although the fee and commission income increased quarter on quarter, but the EBITDA margin declined to 36% versus a normal level of around 41% because of higher expenses. Company as such doesn't have any unique USP in the broking industry and can be ignored. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, the results of yesterday. VST Industries announced their results. Though result was okay, the company has declared 140 rupees as dividend, which would a little bit support today's trade or today's stock. The sales grew by 8.5%, and however the EBITDA margins were flat at 35%, similar to last year. So the stock is trading 14 times FY23, which is not very expensive. Tata Coffee came out with the results, and results were okay. We have seen in the past 2 quarters, company had posted good results. Now, anyways, it is getting merged with Tata Consumer Products. So uh, uh, later it would all be related to the Tata Consumer Products. From Tata Coffee per se, the sales grew by 11%, and margins were also stable at 17% versus 16% last year. Som Distillery Breweries has announced their results. This is a small company now, around 450 crores of market cap. Results have improved in this quarter. Revenue grew by 35% YOY, and EBITDA margins have also improved to 8%. This quarter and next quarter, that is Q4 and Q1, are good quarters from the beer, because they have mostly the beer sales. So from the beer sales point of view, these 2 quarters are good quarters for the company. Another breweries announced the results, that is United Breweries. Here also the results were ahead of expectations. Volumes came at 17% versus expectation of 6.5%. Revenue grew by 11% YOY, and EBITDA margins were also better at 15% versus expectation of 13%. The company is conducting a con call at 2 p.m., so we'll get to know more details about it. Today, there is another IPO opening up. That's the Rainbow Children's Medicare. This is a specialty into pediatric ma- care. So they have hospitals dedicated to children, and now also getting into the women healthcare, because that is that is two things are somewhat related because of the newborns and the things related to the birthing and all. The issue is of around 1580 crores, which includes 13 crore offer for sale and 280 for fresh issue, which would be used for early redemption of NCDs and capex towards setting up new hospitals. The price band for the IPO is 516 to 542. And the company, what we like about the company is that, first, if you see in Western world like US and UK, there we have standalone pediatric hospitals, which is something missing in India, and this is one of the differentiated factor for the company. This provides all the services related to pediatrics under one roof. They're also maintaining doing scaling through hub and spoke model, wherein one of the hospital would be hub, and they have around 4 to 5 spokes related to that main hospital. They are very strong in southern part of the India. Like out of the 14 hospitals, they have around 12 in that region, and 2 are in Delhi. So Delhi and NCR is the new growth factors which they would be like to expand further there. They have a strong track record of growth and profitability. In fact, if after adjusting one time profit or one time gain in terms of the vaccine in 9 months, the valuations are still compelling as against the listed peers. And we like this because of the specialized this thing, and they also have a doctors on board model, wherein the doctors are exclusive to this. We like this company and would like to subscribe this from the long term point of view. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Gateway District Parks has posted okay set of numbers for the quarter, wherein revenue have improved by 2.8% Q on Q. EBITDA margins came in line Q on Q and came in at 26.4% versus QQ of 26.8%. PAT came in higher, which was on account of tax write back. Uh, Other than this, Mahindra Logistics has posted marginally above expectation numbers for the quarter. Revenue came in a bit low versus the expectation. However, margins have improved and came in at 5.1% versus expectation of 4.5%. Higher EBITDA margin led to higher PAT to the company. Stock is trading at a PE of 37.9 times FY23 EPS. Wipro has acquired US-based Rising Intermediate Holding for $540 million as SAP consulting firm. The acquisition is expected to be closed before the next quarter. Revenue for 2021 for Rising stood at $193.8 million, which is a CAGR growth of 11.1% over 2019 to 2021. The acquisition will help Wipro in enhancing its geographical reach, adding new services. The acquisition has happened at an EV by sales of 2.8 times. However, Wipro is trading at 3.9 times FY22 EV by sales. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from this, few more results. Macrotech developer, that is Loda developer, has come up with the numbers, and the numbers has come quite strong. We had seen that the pre-sales figure also came in the first week of the month at around 3,456 crore versus quarter on quarter 2,600 crores, and last year 2,500 crores. Similarly, now the sales has come also very strong and increased by around 67% quarter on quarter and 36% year on year, and well ahead of expectation of around 2,700. It has come at around 3,500. EBITDA margin has also shown an improving trend and came in at 25% versus expectation of 24%, and quarter on quarter it was at around 24%. So overall result is quite strong, and I see some positive ticker on that. Apart from that, Safran has come up with a number. That is a bearing company that has also reported good numbers. The revenue revenue increased by 44% year on year and 7% quarter on quarter, and EBITDA margin has also shown some improving trend at around 19.7%, quarter on quarter 18.9%, and year on year 16.2%. Share is trading at around 38 time FY23 level. Now results for 29th. So Maruti is expected to report number, and volumes are, we already know that has increased by around 12% year on year and 18% quarter on quarter. Margin is also likely to expand by around 130 basis point quarter on quarter. So overall result is likely to show improving trend. Then Supreme Industry is likely to report number, and here again results is likely to show improvement. Though last year the EBITDA margins was quite strong because of the inventory gain, but quarter on quarter now the margins are likely to remain stable, and which is more of a yearly targeted margins for FY23. Revenues are likely to grow by around 14% year on year, so result will show improving trend. Then Tanla Solution is likely to report numbers. Here, though year-on-year numbers are showing good improvement, but quarter on quarter it looks like more of a flattish number. Then Tata Chemical is likely to report number. Here again, result is likely to show flattish trend. Quarter on quarter revenue is likely to up by around 5%, but EBITDA is likely to show some decline. EBITDA margin is likely to show some decline, and absolute EBITDA is likely to remain more of a similar to Q4. Then Ultratech Cement is likely to report number, and numbers are expected to show positive trend. Here, quarter on quarter EBITDA per ton is likely to move up by around 42 rupees, whereas generally all the cement companies are likely to show decline of around 100 EBITDA per ton decline. Sorry, EBITDA per ton is likely to show improvement and of around 50 rupees in quarter on quarter. Volume is likely to increase by around 8% year on year and 20% quarter on quarter. So Ultratech is likely to report improved set of numbers. Just Dial is likely to report number, and here results are expected to show declining trend. Last quarter also we saw very substantial decline in the results, and this quarter again likely to remain soft. We had seen the last quarter margin decline to 3.3% from generally their 20% margins. Now it is further likely to decline to around 2.4% in this quarter. So result is likely to show declining trend. Then SBI card is likely to report number. Here trend is likely to show improving trend, and PAT is likely to increase by around 16% quarter on quarter, and around year on year it will be a substantial jump because last year they had a higher provisioning. And Thyrocare is likely to report number, and last quarter they had report very much declining numbers. Now the trend is likely to show improvement quarter on quarter, and also year on year the margins are expected to improve. Quarter on quarter revenue is likely to increase by around 23%, but year on year it is likely to remain flattish. Now results for Wipro is likely to report number. Here again results is likely to be okay. Revenue is likely to grow by around 3.4% quarter on quarter in CC terms, and EBITDA margin quarter on quarter is likely to show improvement of around 50 basis point. L&T Finance is likely to report number. Here the result is likely to show declining trend. Provisioning is also further likely to expand, and NII is likely to show decline of around 6% year on year. And PPP is also likely to show decline of around 3%. So L&T Finance is likely to show declining number. Canfin Home is likely to report good numbers and improve set of number, with the PPP growing at around 20%, and PAT is expected to grow around 26%, and provisioning also remaining under control in this quarter. IndusInd Bank is likely to report number here. Numbers are likely to be more of okay. Uh, PVP is likely to grow by around 10%. NI is likely to grow by around 14%. There will be a sharp decline in provisioning in this quarter, and PAT is likely to grow by around 50% year on year. Slippage are likely to remain stable or marginally increase in this quarter. So overall result will be okay for IndusInd Bank. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.